night, oh little town of Bethlehem. Like maybe that's their kind of little way of making an ironic statement about all those Christmas carols that start like that, which isn't a bad way of saying that. It could be a nice little ribbing joke done by Steven or Kevin. I could see them doing something like that.
I would like it to be a nod to Randy Savage.
Not to Randy Savage.
We can only
That's
hope.
what I want.
The guy did.
That's what I'm
BNL
going to
is
say.
a big
the guy
wrestling
did
fan.
stop the rapture for us. He went to heaven so that we could stay behind.
He did. God bless him.
I want to see Ed go up against The Rock now. Or Tyler. I want to see Tyler go
Dwayne.
up against
Tyler.
The Rock.
Dwayne, we love you. We know you watch the show. Please come on. Hey, let's play Dungeons and Dragons sometime. No, wait. Does The Rock play D&D? I know Vin Diesel does, and a couple other people. Like, there's like a couple wrestlers and big jack dudes who you wouldn't think they play D&D.
I want
If
The
he
Rock to
doesn't-
come on and do some life coaching.
Yeah,
I want him to do life coaching for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
You know what?
Oh,
man,
yes,
The Rock would be great as a
for
gym
me
buddy.
was implied. Like I want him to,
I want The Rock to be my personal trainer and just yell at me while I lift weights to try and inspire me.
but he wouldn't yell at you.
He'd be pretty nice about it. You're right.
He'd
Yeah.
give you a hug and tell you, "Keep going, buddy. You can do it."
He seems like such a nice guy. He really does.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Maybe
Dwayne,
he'd bring
come on
Kevin
the show.
Hart on with him.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, nice little dig from a couple weeks ago.
Someday,
there.
one celebrity that we call out will actually be listening, and they will get such a kick out of it that they will tweet us, and we'll get them on the show. So we'll just cast a
That would
wide
be
net.
wonderful.
Cast a wide net.
Exactly.
You know who I'd love to get on the show?
Sir Patrick
Jack
Stewart.
Black.
Oh,
Oh,
Jack
well,
Black
yes.
would be
Black
amazing.
would be amazing.
Sir Patrick Stewart, 100%. Ian McKellen, while we're at it. Let's get the two of
In a
them
minute.
together.
You know
In
what?
a minute.
Okay, I was gonna say we should stop, but it is a Christmas episode, so maybe this is our Christmas wish list.
These are our Christmas
That's right.
wishes.
I want Michael. Oh my God! Now it's out my head. Flipping A. Lex
Stipe.
Luthor. God
Blackleaf.
damn.
Oh, Michael
Rosenbaum.
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 He's
I
fantastic.
just
Yes.
started listening. I would love that. I just started listening to his podcast. He's great.
He has a podcast.
I know. He had Karen
He
Gilliam
does. It's
on it.
called Inside of You. And he has a nice voice. I know.
He has a really good sense of
He was
humor
the best
too.
part
He
of
does.
Smallville. He was fantastic in
Oh,
Pool
by a
Hall
long shot.
Junkies. I love
He's
seeing him in It's
fun.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh, good.
He just had surgery on his neck, but he seems
he
to be
did?
doing
Well, we
okay.
hope you're okay,
Yeah.
Michael. We know you listen. Come on the show.
Come on the show. Did you guys ever see the Graham Norton show? Do you ever watch
Yes,
that?
I
Yes.
remember Graham Norton. Yeah.
There was an episode where Ian McKellen was on, and I think Sir Patrick Stewart was on, and Hugh Jackman was on, and
Wow.
Ian McKellen was
X-Men episode.
flirting so much with Hugh Jackman. It was great. It was so great to see.
is.
So I want Hugh Jackman and Ian McKellen to come on and relive that because it was so good. And Hugh Jackman just sort of like went with it. It was great.
Oh, I'm sure he did. He's got a great sense of humor too.
I'd be happy with anyone involved with X-Men, really. Please come on the show.
If you don't have an ego and you understand yourself and have a little bit of self-loathing, we want you on the show.
I want you on the show regardless. I don't care.
That's right.
Right.
So speaking of the show, why don't we get back on topic a little bit?
Totally off the rails here.
Why don't we go back to, as I'm reviewing my notes, Christmastime, Oh Yeah, was actually written by Kevin. I have it on authority there. It was written by Kevin while he was still with the Look People.
I called it.
It also was the first song that Kevin recorded with Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, wow. I mean,
And it was his first... And it was his first track that was released with Bare Naked Ladies. So my guess is this, because I can't find a lot more information about this. My guess is that he's the one playing keys behind Steven when Steven does when he's the lead on it. And that's why we have Steven taking the lead on the song, but it's written by Kevin because it was done so much earlier. when he was still with another band.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Why don't we do some ratings?
Yeah,
that would be great. So, in honor of Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, our rating this week is Jugs.
So sexist.
I'm thinking of Jugs.
I thought you were better than that.
I didn't mean it like that. As a female of the cast, I meant it as
I'm being ridiculous.
You're being ridiculous. I could change it to Emmett Otters if we wanted to. No, let's keep it a joke. So anyway, in whatever we are doing, I give the song a 4. I give the song a solid 4. I love it. I'd listen to it if it was on Christmas or no.
Very respectable.
So that's, Aaron, how about you?
I'm so close. I give it a 3.85 Jugs. I gotta compare this to other songs. Like it's so close to being a 4. I think I put it just underneath like Ballad of Gordon, Break Your Heart, that kind of stuff. Those are 3.9. So 3.85, very, very, very respectable.
That's a decent score.
I agree
for sure.
with you, Michelle, in that I would totally listen to this outside of Christmastime. It's just a good all-around
big time
song.
Yeah. Tracy.
All right. Well, so my computer is being like it's being today. Can you tell me what I gave Christmas Picks?
Yes.
You
let
gave
me get there.
Christmas Picks 3.25.
Okay. I am going to give this a 3.25 as well.
Whoa,
I put it right there, equal
seriously?
with Christmas Picks. I like this.
I wish you guys
it's not
could see
like
Michelle's face because she looks just like I feel right now.
My jaw is on the floor. What's going on with
like a
Tracy these
nutcracker.
last couple of weeks? He's like,
been
my
drinking the
scores are
Haterade.
high. His scores are low. I don't understand what's
Too much
happening.
haterade in that eggnog.
3.25 is a respectable number.
It is, but I think this song is
Get
better
the
than
Christmas
3.25.
spirit, Tracy. Come on.
This is one of those songs off the album that, once again, I would totally like in the background at, during Christmas morning, opening
definitely.
presents, or at a Christmas party, listening to it in the mall, like I had said with Christmas Picks. However, it's not one I want to listen to in the car while I'm driving. It's not one that, is cheery and happy and puts me in the Christmas spirit in terms of all of that stuff. There are other songs on here that have more of that flavor and that pizzazz for me. There are also a lot of songs on this album that you will find that my numbers are going to be much lower than this on. This is one of those albums that are hot and cold for me, and this is a lukewarm song. Actually, a little bit above lukewarm. I do like this song. It's just not like, woohoo, let's listen to that song.
Room temperature. Well, right now, this song has a 3.7, and it is now between Adrift and Allergies.
That's not bad.
That seems...
I will
Okay.
say this, Michelle, to be as fair as possible to Tracy, you rated Christmas Picks a 4, so you also rated this at the same level as Christmas Picks. So even though you both disagreed, you both agreed you liked it as much. I'm the only one who went up. I did not like Christmas Picks as much. I prefer this tune.
Interesting. Yeah. That's a great point, Aaron. Tracy and I had the same methodology, but we just were on different scales. Yeah. And you totally changed up.
I think
that's
it was
kind
the
of cool.
lush, the Garaldi piano and the harmonies that did it for me. I really love that really elevated the song for me.
Nice.
There's some really important things to kind of notice about this time of year. I want to celebrate Christmas, but I also want to celebrate some important things that happened around Christmas. One of the things that happened around Christmas was this was the mid-year break during that first tour that B&L had. And they came back to Toronto after touring. I want to say it was the East Coast of Canada. I could be wrong. It might have been the West. They were going to switch off and go to the other direction. But they had like a couple of weeks break. And Ed and Steve, this is while they were touring with Corky and the Juice Pigs. And during this break, they came back to Toronto and they started just kind of doing their own gigs in Toronto. And I'm trying to remember off the top. I had it written down, and of course now I can't pull it up.
It's okay. I like this off the cuff version.
Oh, thank you. it was I want to say it was in the Horseshoe. I could be wrong. The Horseshoe Tavern, and they got up on stage. They were playing, and they decided to call Jim and Andy up on stage with them, which was the first time that all four of them played together.
Wow.
Was during the Christmas break during that first tour.
It was
so
a
this
Christmas
is a very
miracle.
special time of year, and a Christmas miracle in a lot of ways. I want to say it was actually just before Christmas. It was like the day before Christmas or something like that. And in the future, I have the track listing of all the songs that they did play that night. Jim and Andy didn't know the songs; they just went along with them, and were having a great time up on stage playing with them. So,
and they're both so incredibly talented. I can see them just being able to step in and just go with it and make it sound amazing.
Exactly.
Those Creeggan boys, they know what they're doing.
So so I'm also going to post, once I find it again, there is a live version of Kevin singing this just after Steven has left the band with Ed playing, which is kind of interesting to listen to because it's a little bit different without Steven there. But the other appearance, it's Christmas Day. I'm feeling like I'm giving today.
Okay.
There is a rare recording out there. I sent it to you guys this week. I'm not sure if you had a chance to listen to it.
Yes, 100%.
An extremely
one of my favorite little finds.
I insist that anyone listening to this podcast must listen to this very special link that Tracy posts because it's priceless.
Was the night before Christmas on Pearl Street. All the people were sleeping cause the people were beat. The snow had been falling for most of the day, and it laid over everything, sooty and gray.
The little the moment with Steve.
Now there's only one guy who flies Christmas night, and I knew that fat guy was Steve Page. Santa Claus, right?
I died.
It's so perfect.
And you could tell that Steven's on stage with him.
Oh, yes.
His statement of like, Steven, you can kick my ass after the show was just amazing. It was a one-time only. It's the only time I've ever found that they've recorded or played this on stage. But Tyler doing a very soft jazz version. Not version, but his song he must have written called "Twas the Night Before Christmas on Pearl Street." Tells a nice little story of how he has an interaction with Santa Claus. I don't know. I wish I was able to look it up right now and tell you. I don't know who was doing the drums. It wasn't Tyler.
Oh, really?
He
Is it
actually
Ed?
calls it out and says, let's give it to the person on the drums. My guess it was either Ed or Andy.
I figured he was making a joke because I heard a little laughter after that when he did the solo, but I'm not sure.
No, it was because
that's why I wish it was a video. I'd love to see that.
Because Tyler never sings and does the drums usually at the same time. The only time he's ever done that live
Phil
that
Collins.
I've seen.
I've tried that, by the way. That's extremely hard. And really, really
Yeah.
quickly, I want to shout out to a band that I love, Jellyfish. The lead singer was also the drummer, and he was not with respect to Phil Collins, because I know how difficult that is. The stuff Phil Collins does while singing is a lot more simplistic. He does crazy beats that would be hard enough on their own, and then also sings masterfully on top of it. It's ridiculous. But anyways, please
That's
continue.
nuts.
I love this version of Tyler's song. I got such a visual, like a film noir.
Yeah.
Back
it's got that feel
alley,
to it,
black
definitely.
and white.
Smoky.
Like he's in the back alley under the street lamp smoking a cigarette, and then runs into Santa.
Yeah, it's
and
got a
this
very
whole
beat
thing.
poetry. feel
Wicked.
to it. Yeah. Like a beatnik
Yes.
Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I like
loved it.
Bongos
Yeah,
and
it's a
goatees
lot of
all
fun.
around.
Wicked. Black turtleneck. Get your
Yeah.
black turtleneck.
Sunglasses inside.
Yeah.
So I want to give a shout out to our new network, Filling the Void Network.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay. We're glad to be a part
Please.
of Filling the Void.
Yes, please go listen to some other podcasts that's on there. One of the other podcasts that I think Aaron would love to listen to